How's it going, everyone? My name is Brandon. I'm a singer-songwriter and video editor and very new ARMY. I've done a couple of BTS reactions so far. I've done the new Film Out music video. I've done Who is BTS, the 2020 version, and I've done their first two music videos. Now, we're gonna get into another intro video from XLS. This is BTS. This is a highly requested video from you guys. You say XLS's videos are really good, and this is one of the best ones for getting to know BTS's story. So I'm excited to get into this and see what this one's about. So, without further ado, let's go. Woo! Is that their light stick?
How many of you have heard of BTS?
Me.
Who is BTS and why are they so popular? BTS is a 7-member group from South Korea. While the words boy band are often associated with the image of screaming teen girls, that is far from reality.
Okay.
First, there's nothing wrong with being a young person showing love for something you
True.
enjoy. But what if
Very true.
told you about 24% are in their 20s, 28% are in their 30s, and 21% are in their 40s. Take a closer look at this age and gender demographic for BTS's 2020 Map of the Soul ticket sales. Females ages 25 and up made 46% of web traffic, and 31%
were males.
were males. BTS's fans, named ARMY, will often tell you BTS is not your typical boy band. And why? To get a better understanding, let us go back to the beginning. BTS was created by Big Hit Entertainment, whose mission statement is music and artist for healing. The company, and namely their CEO, Bang Si-hyuk, wanted BTS to be sincere and genuine figures that people could easily relate to and grow with. Not immaculate idols groomed amid studio culture, but real boys who shared their authentic personalities and talents with the world.
And that's funny because especially the rappers were like, if I'm remembering correctly, a lot of them were from like the underground rap scene and hip hop scene. And Jin was an actor, right? And he had no experience with singing. And did any of them actually have experience with singing? Like maybe Jungkook? But he was like the youngest one at the time, so I don't even know how much experience he actually had. So yeah, that makes sense.
BTS stands for 방탄소년단, Korean for Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
방탄 meaning to be resistant to bullets, so it means to block out stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations that are aimed at adolescents like bullets, to preserve the value and ideals of today's adolescents. In 2017, BTS rebranded their name and logo representing their growth and maturity, extending the meaning to Beyond the Scene. The new door-inspired logo symbolizes youth who don't settle for their current reality and instead open the door and go forward to achieve growth. BTS debuted on June 12, 2013 with 7 members: RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. All 7 members came from different parts of Korea. So at first, living together in a small apartment was a challenge. Their CEO, Bang Si-hyuk, created a method for the boys whenever they got into an argument.
일단 싸워도 된다. 싸움을 두려워하기 때문에 우리 갈등이 커지는 거다라고 가리키고요. 그다음에 마지막으로는 단 해결은 7이 같이 하는 거다. 싸움은 둘이 해도
As a team.
해결은 7명이 같이 해라. 하기 너무 창피한 걸로 싸움을 해도 결국 같이 와서 저희가 이런 문제를 갖고 둘이 싸웠는데 이렇게 해서 이렇게 해결했습니다라고 얘기를 하고 그런 부분들이 이 팀의 친화력을 혹은 시너지를 강하게 만들고 있지 않나 이렇게 생각합니다.
It's a fair point.
Over the years, the boys have come to love each other despite their difference in personalities, to the point where they'd feel incomplete with one member missing. They became each other's strength and support and formed a brotherhood.
They've been through a lot together.
멤버들이 있어야 뭔가 자연스러운 그러니까 뭔가 내 핸드폰이나 지갑처럼 없으면 불안한
my water cell phone. Feel nervous without him.
소중하다 못해 없으면 안 될 사람들이긴 하죠.
Can't live without him.
왜냐면은 넘어져도 저 혼자 일어나는 게 아니라 그냥 같이 일어난 거니까.
좀 생각을 해보면
Similar to a sports team, but they're probably even closer.
오래 지냈다고 해서 될 문제는 아니에요.
You definitely don't spend more 7 years or more together as a sports team.
되게 유치하지만 그냥 운명이었던 거예요, 이거는.
It's fate.
Their climb to the top may seem sudden to those who didn't follow their journey, but it was far from a walk in the park. BTS's company, Big Hit Entertainment, started off small and faced numerous hardships, even coming close to bankruptcy. Since Big Hit wasn't a large company at that time, they lacked the resources for promoting BTS.
Yeah.
Even getting the chance to debut was a fluke. Their debut performance opportunity came about because a music show needed a filler for someone else's spot.
Wow.
Even after they debuted,
Imagine
their
that.
performances would often get cut. And if they did make it on air, their screen time was very short since Big Hit didn't have the power or influence bigger companies had over broadcasts.
Imagine that.
Since they were often
their performances
not
getting
invited
cut
to a lot of
from
big variety
broadcasts.
shows, the company found their own way to communicate with their audience through platforms such as YouTube. By vlogging their journey, they allowed us to discover their personalities. They also created
probably
their
the best
own
way to do
variety
it.
shows and often live streamed with fans.
That's why they started
They
from
honed their
BTS.
crafts for hours on end, practicing in the dance studio and producing music, returning home at dawn to all sleep in one bedroom. 2 years of
That's
hard
wild.
work and not knowing where they'd end up, they finally won their first music show award. Yet,
2 years
as they
in.
grew in popularity, they were falsely accused of sajeki, which is when a company buys their own artist albums to boost sales for the charts. That's because people couldn't believe a group from a small company was selling well.
The issue with that kind of thinking is, where would they even have the money to do that? If they were such a small company with limited funds, how would they even be able to afford to buy their own records? I don't even... What would be the gain from that? Is what I want to know. Like,
Ignoring
why?
the fact that a small company wouldn't have the resources to pull off such a scam.
Yeah, exactly.
These were just a few of their hardships and struggles.
Doesn't make any
I
sense.
created a separate video highlighting their past hardships. I'll link that in my description box. Throughout the years, BTS were able to reach impressive milestones while continuing to sing in Korean. They shattered cultural language barriers with music and attracted an international audience. They grew organically by staying true to themselves while building a genuine connection with their fans from around the world. During an era where streaming numbers have gone up and traditional album sales have gone down, BTS has become an industry anomaly. Their latest album, Map of the Soul 7, released February 21, 2020, is the best-selling physical album of the year, and they sold over 500,000 copies in just the United States alone.
Wow.
The biggest kicker? Well, BTS did this without a single bundle. And what does bundle mean? Artists would bundle merchandise or concert tickets with the album's sales. For example, a copy of an artist's album, digital or physical, would be included in every t-shirt sale or ticket sold for their concert. These sales would count towards charting numbers and become an industry-wide tactic in the US to help boost sales figures and in effect climb up the Billboard charts.
Wow,
In
I
a
didn't even know about that.
2019 New York Times article, they said about half the 39 titles that topped the charts last year were sold as part of ticket or merchandise bundles. Without the help of bundles and driven by the power of ARMYs alone, BTS were able to beat a lot of historic records, such as Michael Jackson's 36-year record and the Beatles' 22-year record.
It's fastest scoop in most number one albums. It does 5 year almost number one. My guy's 36-year guys. First foreigner artist top number one Oricon. 24 1 million pre-orders in Japan. Wow.
While these musical acts are famous around the world, Suga has said it's a great honor to be called the Beatles of the 21st century.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
At
comparison,
the same time,
actually.
It's a bit pressuring to be called that. We are
The
BTS.
Beatles of the 21st century?
We want to be the BTS of the 21st century. The members themselves have always been involved
Working in
in
the
music
DAW.
and engaged with their fans, even before they officially
That's so
debuted.
familiar.
From their debut album, Too Cool for School, in 2013 to their most recent Map of the Soul 7. All 7 members
A lot of
have
Suga, a lot of
contributed as
RM,
either
a lot of
writers
J-Hope.
or producers on every album. All of BTS are associate members of the Korea Music Copyright Association.
Yeah, and if you know how to play piano,
and as of August 2020,
you can do a lot with
J-Hope,
production.
Suga, and RM were all promoted to full members of the association. They even create music that's released for free on SoundCloud as gifts to their fans. Much of their work touches on subjects like mental health, youth and female empowerment, child abuse, cyberbullying, self-love and development, and socio-economic injustices. Much of their work is also inspired by past writers and thinkers. Their latest series, Map of the Soul, incorporates psychological concepts by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. BTS is not afraid to use their platform to amplify underrepresented voices and issues, taking numerous risks with their career while receiving backlash from people in power. BTS are also as charitable as they are talented. Throughout the years, members have been donating individually and as a group. BTS rarely publicize donations, so fans often find out about them if media organizations uncover the details. One of BTS's few public announcements
not as genuine if you always talk about how much that you donate. Not to throw shade on people that do, but it's definitely less genuine when you when you make it a public announcement, when you make a big thing of it.
For their Love Myself campaign.
So that's cool.
They partnered with UNICEF to create a campaign aimed at protecting children and teenagers from around the world.
Love that.
With the hope of making the world a better place through music. BTS and their company, Big Hit Entertainment, pledged 500 million Korean won and donated 3% of the income from the sales of physical albums of the Love Yourself series, along with 6 other fundraising initiatives, including the Love Myself merchandise, where 100% of its proceeds were pledged to the cause. The Love Yourself series, which contained 3 albums total, sold over 7 million copies worldwide. On September 24, 2018, BTS was invited to deliver a speech about the Love Myself campaign at the United Nations General Assembly. On January 15, 2020, Formula E announced their partnership with BTS to help combat climate change. On June 3, 2020, BTS tweeted their support for Black Lives Matter. A few days later, Variety reported that BTS and Big Hit Entertainment had donated $1 million to support the Black Lives Matter movement. When armies got wind of the news, they matched their $1 million donation in one day. Now, these are just a couple of their acts of charity. With their socially conscious music, BTS created a new fandom culture that brings together fans from different national and racial identities. This led to the emergence of bilingual ARMY volunteers who translated BTS Korean lyrics and videos in their language almost real time, making the content immediately available to non-Korean speakers. We may all speak different languages, but their music and their message connected people from around the world, with different ethnicities, background, gender, and age. BTS has also expressed their love and respect for ARMY countless of times, such as always mentioning them first during speeches, responding to fans on their social media app Weverse, showing their appreciation for ARMY projects, halting rehearsals for the Muslim prayers in Saudi Arabia. The youngest member, Jungkook, even got the fandom name tattooed on his hand. Together with ARMY, they grew as individuals and as artists.
저는 굳이 영향력을 주는 거창한 것에 안 원하고 그냥 저희를 보는 분들이 행복하고 웃을 수 있다면
happy and smiling.
진짜 뭘까 막 이런 생각을
that's kind of what I go for with these videos. Of course, with something like this, I'm not trying to be funny or anything. I'm just genuinely trying to learn about their story. So I'm not making jokes or anything like that. But yeah, most of the time in my videos, I hope you guys are just enjoying it and you're laughing with me and all that. Same vibe.
저희가 무대에 서는 거라서 그 봐주는 사람들을 위해서 노래를 하고 무대를 하는 거기 때문에 결국 우리는 그 사람들한테 진짜 감사해야 되고 무대 하나하나에 최선을 다해야 되고.
A lot of times when you make it big, you forget how you got there and why you got there.
이유인 것 같아요. 저는 뭐 방송 활동도 물론 싫지 않지만 진짜 콘서트는 그냥 제가 이 방탄소년단을 하고 있는 이유가 맞는 것 같아요.
참 다행히도 내가 원래 하고 싶었던 메시지 하고 싶었던 음악들을 하고 있어서 참 다행이라고 생각을 해요. 그러기 때문에 되게 그렇게 살고 있는 것 같아요. 긍정적인 에너지를 주죠.
Positive energy, yes.
좋아하는 거, 이 일을 사랑하고 너무 좋아하는 게 저에게 큰 영향을 주는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 이 일을 하기 싫고 실증이 나고 하면은 무대 위에서도 나타나기 때문에 이 일을 굉장히 사랑하기 때문에 내가 무대 위에서 퍼포먼스를 할 수 있고 노래를 할 수 있는 것 같아요.
계속 와서 응원해주는 모습 그리고 이렇게 저희를 진심으로 좋아해주는 그런 표정들, 힘들 때 그런 표정들이 저에게 더 힘을 주는 것 같아서
저희를 알아봐 주신 여러분들이라면 여러분의 꿈이 아니더라도 여러분의 삶, 여러분의 인생에 언젠가 저희의 존재가, 저희의 음악이, 저희의 무대가, 저희의 사진, 영상이 여러분한테 아주 조금이라도 아픔이 100이라면 그 100을 99, 98, 97로 만들어줄 수 있다면 그걸로 저희의 존재의 가치는 충분합니다. 정말 사랑합니다.
Their love
Had to
for
end it
ARMY
cute.
has also helped them decide on re-signing another 7-year contract with Big Hit Entertainment.
Another
They
7
mentioned
years?
doing it for their fans and not for money. So, while people often discredit BTS's talent, likening their popularity to superficial aspects that come with the image of a boy band, it is their development of personalities and sincerity towards their art and their fans that made their fandom the size and reach that it has become. I hope people will come to realize that BTS is more than just their singing and their dancing skills. They're not just performers, but artists who have healed and inspired millions of people around the world. For a deeper dive into BTS, please refer
at this
to
point,
their
if you're
website,
just ignoring all that and you want to hate just to hate because of how big they are, then then the problem isn't them, it's you.
ARMY accounts to stay updated. We're also working on more video projects and a website, so stay tuned.
Yeah, that was a great video. See why you guys want me to get to that. Very informative, and it reinforced a lot of the things that I've already come to learn about BTS. That they're just 7 genuine good dudes, and they just want to spread love and appreciation and good vibes, which it sounds superficial for me to say, but that's hopefully what comes across from my videos, because I've gotten some comments on my recent BTS videos, because I started from the very beginning, that the views will come later on when I get to the more recent, more popular stuff, and that's it's not why I do these videos. If you would look at some of my early content, I don't do reactions to the biggest groups. The exception so far is BTS, by the way. And that's only because I was just so curious to what all the hype was. And they dropped the Film Out OST video when I had some time to get into a new group. So I figured I might as well give them a shot. And then the comment section was telling me that I need to get into a guide video to see their personalities and what they're about, and that's why I'm here now, and that's why I started from the beginning. I'm so glad that I did. I feel like their mentality, their personalities very much match my own, and the vibes that I try to give out, what I'm going for with these videos are very similar to what they do with their music and their performances, and I'm glad that that's the case. I'm glad that that they're like this, and that they deserve to be as big as they are. It's true. They deserve to be where they are. They put in the work. They put in the blood, sweat, and tears, which I believe is a name of one of their songs. But they've done it, and they deserve it. So okay. With that being said, I'm gonna end this one here. On Friday, you guys should be getting probably the next 2 music videos. Like I said, I'm starting from the beginning, so I did No More Dreams and We Are Bulletproof Part 2. So we'll be getting the next 2 on Friday. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.